The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. That's my button. Hi, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this last day of February 2023. We go back to Saturday, May 19th, 2001, for what might be one of the most anticipated matchups of the year. The New York Yankees are 28-14. They are in first place over the Boston Red Sox in the American League East. The Seattle Mariners are 28-13. They are in first place by a wide margin over the Oakland A's. And so as we do a rare day Tuesday game in real life, because the weather's crappy and the wife couldn't go out this morning, we think we got maybe one of the most entertaining matchups you possibly can have in this replay. Two teams with a combined record of 56-27. Jamie Moyer versus El Duque next, as Retro Sports Network presents 2001, an Action PC Season Odyssey. Today, from Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington, it is the Seattle Mariners and the New York Yankees. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So good afternoon, good morning, good evening for you. It'll be Jamie Moyer, the ageless wonder, going for the Mariners on a cool afternoon here in Seattle. Moyer is just 38 at this point. Gosh, he's going to pitch another decade, I guarantee it. Making his 9th start of the year. He is 3-3 so far for the Mariners. Their earned run average is .505, a full run and a half more than what it was in real life. He is a changeup pitcher, and that fastball tops out at 81. He doesn't favor the fly ball or the ground ball. How you doing, Mr. Berglund? Nice to have you along. Moyer is on 6 days rest. He beat the Blue Jays 9-3 on the 13th of May over 7 innings, 114 pitches, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 6. Surprisingly enough, he has a season-high strikeout total of 10, and that came in New York on April 26 against these Yankees in a 1-0 loss. Overall, 51 2/3, 53 hits, 32 runs, 29 earned, 8 homers. He's walked 9 and struck out 38, and that .505 ERA is his season best. The Rangers Christmas treated him twice, giving up 16 earned runs in 10 innings. Over 2 starts. Yankees line up like this. Chuck Knobloch leads off in left field. Derek Jeter at short will bat second. Paul O'Neill in right will go third. Bernie Williams in center cleans up. Tino Martinez at first bats fifth. David Justice, the DH, goes sixth. Hip hip Jorge Posada behind the plate going seventh. Scott Brocious at third will bat eighth, and Alfonso Soriano will bat ninth at second base. Hernandez, 110 pitches expected. Defensively for the Mariners, as I fight off a sneeze. How you doing, Tribe fan? Al Martin is an 8-2 in left for Seattle. Stan Javier is a 6-2 in center. Ichiro is a 10-8 in right. Mark McLemore a 5 at third. Carlos Guillen a 3 at short. Brett Boone a 6 at second. John Olerud a 6 at first. Tom Lampkin behind the plate is a 5 and a 3. And Moyer is an 8 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. So with all that, Knobloch steps in, 226, 2 homers, and 15 RBI. And this one starts a fly ball to right. Ichiro in the corner. 1 out. For Derek Jeter at .335, 5 homers, and 16 RBI. Moyer should go about 105 pitches, and again, another 10 years. Pitch to Jeter. Got him. A 1-2 split finger at 83. And got him to swing and miss for the second out. Here's Paul O'Neill, 264, 7 homers and 26 RBI. This is game 43 for the Yankees and 42 for the Mariners, and we are past the quarter pole. O'Neill into center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And 2 out for the Speedy O'Neill on first for Bernie Williams. Bernie at 296, 6 homers, 27 RBI. Moyer, the lefty, throws to first. And Paul is back. Bernie, by the way, sitting on an 11-game hitting streak. Now make it 12 as he punches that one into left field. Martin on a couple of hops out there. O'Neill has good speed. He's going to round second and try for third. The throw down to third is not in time. Williams goes to second. So the Yankees have 2 on and 2 out for Tino Martinez. Hitting .311, 11 home runs, and 39 RBI. And is sitting on a 13-game hitting streak of his own. Line drive, Olerud, foul. Somebody from Salem made that catch. A ball and 2 strikes to Martinez. Moyer trying to get out of the first unscathed. Tino ground ball to Boone over to first, and he will get out unscathed. How about that? The Yankees, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. They leave on 2. Moyer threw 21 pitches, but it's the Yankees. Nothing. Here comes Seattle. El Duque, Orlando Hernandez, is 31 years old. He's a fly ball pitcher, and that fastball tops out at 92. Making his 8th start of the replay, 3-1, a 4.93 ERA. He's halfway through his starts. In fact, he's had 2 starts cut short because of injury. So El Duque, not a great first year in New York. I think it's his first year in New York. He's 31. Last pitched against the Orioles 6 days ago in a 12-4 win. He went 6 innings, 101 pitches, 4 hits, 2 runs, all earned, a homer. He walked 4 and struck out 5. So 38 1/3 innings, 36 hits, 21 runs, all earned. He's a graduate of the Brad Radke Home Run Allowed School. He's allowed 9 so far. He has walked 16 and struck out 37. And this will be the lineup he'll face. Ichiro in his 13-game hitting streak. And right for Seattle, Mark McLemore at third will bat second. Edgar Martinez, the DH, goes third. John Olerud cleans up at first. Brett Boone at second, batting fifth. Al Martin Volvo in left will go sixth. The Brad Radke Sore Neck School of Pitching. Where do you sign up? Well, you go to the Al Red Sox Fan Kicking School.com page, and I think there's a link there. Stan Javier in center will bat eighth. Tom Lampkin bat seventh. Lampkin behind the plate eighth, and Carlos Guillen at short will bat ninth. Moyer threw 21 pitches in his half of the first. Chuck Knobloch is a 4 and a 5 in left. Bernie Williams is 7 and a 3 in center. O'Neill a 2 and a 5 in right. Calling me a snake is bullying, according to the Automod. Yes, there's also a link to My Snake Oil, which never goes out of style, and Steeler Fans Buggy Whips. Let's see. It'll be Brocious at third. By the way, he's a 5. Jeter a 5 at short. Soriano a 3 at second. Tino a 8 at first. Posada an 8 and a 3 behind the plate. And El Duque is 7 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Yet, this defense got to Game 7 of the World Series. Wow. Ichiro at 339, 4 homers, and 21 RBI in his first year in the major leagues. Strikes out. A 1-2 curve, and Ichiro got caught looking. And I'll bring up McLemore. Mark at 224, no homers, and 11 RBI. Apparently the Research and Development Department for Buggy Whips Incorporated is working on a new thing for whatever Dave finishes off or goes to his next strat project. Pitch to McLemore. Struck him out. So a good morning and a good afternoon on a 1-2 curve. And here's Edgar Martinez. 327, 13 homers, and 41 RBI. El Duque winds and deals, and that's a base hit into center field. Williams will pick it up, and the Mariners have a hit. Brings up Olerud. Wow, look at that. 299, 4 homers, and 22 RBI. How many hits did John end up with in his career? Ball 4, so Olerud's on. The 2-out walk. Curveball missed up and tight on a 3-0 pitch. So first and second for Brett Boone at 357. 10 homers and 36 RBI. El Duque delivers. That's into right. O'Neill moving over, and that's an out. Only 12:30? I'd have thought more. So the Mariners get a hit. No runs, no errors. Oh, that's his RBI. Okay. After 1, no score. So Justice, Posada, and Brocious to face Moyer. 22-39. And 1,230 RBI. Do you think the vets get him in at some point? Justice 271, 5 homers, and 18 RBI. Moyer's pitch. There's a base hit into center, so Jamie not being real sharp right now. Third hit for the Yankees, and here's Posada. 261, 7 homers, and 24 RBI. 255 homers for a traditional power hitting position is a little weak. Though I would agree with that. I think that's even less than Oliva, isn't it? Struck him out. A 1-2 changeup. Swung on and missed for the first out. Here's Brocious. Scott at 279. 4 homers and 10 RBI. Got him! 2-2 changeup. Got him looking. So Moyer is starting to come in. 2 out for Soriano. 269, a homer, and 12 RBI. I'm not saying he's a slam dunk Hall of Famer. Also only won 3 gloves. So Hall of very good. I would put him with Cecil Cooper, Don Mattingly in that. It just seems that no matter where Olerud went, he made those teams considerably better. I know he's not a statistical darling. So Lapsky Smurf, how are you? As a Jays fan, I'd like to see Tony Fernandez or Dave Steve in the Hall of Fame first. But I would take Johnny O. I don't think any of them get in, personally. Although, yeah, Olerud made teams better. And I don't think that he gets enough credit for that. It's kind of like Keith Hernandez. I mean, what he did with New York. We won't talk about his week with Cleveland. Pitch to Soriano is a walk. So Moyer has scuffled through, and again, 2 on, 2 out. Opening 9, an inning and 2/3. 3 hits, a walk, 3 strikeouts, and 41 pitches. Knobloch is 0 for 1. And the bases are loaded for Derek Jeter, who struck out his first time up. So Moyer has thrown 46 pitches in an inning and 2/3. Line drive to McLemore, and the Yankees leave him loaded. How about that? No runs, a hit, and no errors. And through 2, the Bombers have left on 5. Bottom of the second, no score. Steve was a top 5 80s pitcher, no Cy Youngs and low wins, but yeah. I mean, that was at 85. He had the earned run of around 2-3, right? But he had a 1 loss that year, 14-13. Todd B says Buckner has similar stats, more hits, and he's never mentioned. I think that's wrong. I just don't. I'm not saying that Olerud should be in the Hall, but I think he holds a better place in baseball history than he is given. Kurt, I agree with you. Steve was the pitcher of the 80s. If you look at the decade as a whole. Martin at 241, a homer, 9 RBI. How you doing, Big Dave? You getting snow in Rochester? Snowing here. Slow ground ball to Tino. 1 out. Here's Javier, 296, a homer, and 6 RBI. Soriano has it at second, over to Tino, 2 out. Here's Tom Lampkin, 242, a homer, and 6 RBI. So, El Duque, a smoother second so far. Soriano behind the bag, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the M's. We go to the third, no score. So O'Neill, Williams, and Martinez. We're supposed to, we got about an inch overnight here, and we're probably going to get about 3 today. Pauly singled his first time up. Fly ball, right field. Ichiro, 1 out. Jamie needs a quick inning. Bernie Williams singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. There's a liner in the right center. That should have been played by Javier. Williams is into second with a stand-up double, his 6th of the year. Mark Grace, another one. Good point. And that Mattingly, Cooper, Olerud group, along with Buckner. Just a hard position to break into in the Hall. Tino's 0 for 1. In the right field, Ichiro makes the catch for the out. Bernie will hold at second. I guess, you know, it is such a hard position that the standards are so high that Steve Garvey, where would you put him? Here's David Justice, besides on a flight. David singled his first time up. 2 outs here on the top of the third in a scoreless game. Well, I think Helton gets in next year. And I don't think Olerud and Grace and Mattingly and Cooper are Hall of Famers. But Helton was the second choice this year, and he just fell, what, 5 or 6 votes short? Yeah, I'm not sure if Kurt Berglund brings up the point. Not sure decades of time are relevant in baseball, though. Justice hits this one high and deep to right. Ichiro, it is high, it is far, it is gone. There. 2-0 Yankees. Where's the Russian Reb when you really need him? So 2-0 on that home run from Justice. Yeah, Helton will get in. "75% of the vote is the hardest thing I think you can get." By the way, that's David's 6th of the year. And what should have been an easy inning for Moyer, he's now down 2 runs. Posada struck out his first time up. Got him. That's 4 for Jamie. But 2 runs on the homer by David Justice is served. Bottom of the 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. Bottom of the third. 2-0 New York. The cat just ran from the room after that home run call. You don't think my impression of John Sterling as a Broadway singer was all that good? Here's Gian. Carlos at 262, a homer and 14 RBI. El Duque staked to a 2-0 lead here in the third. Got him. That's number 3 for Orlando. An 0-2 fastball at the knees. 1 out. So El Duque, 42 pitches for his opening 9, 2 1/3. A hit, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Todd B says that she's not a Yankee fan, so that may have something to do with it. How you doing, John? Moyer pitched to the score. No John Sterling, please. Okay. Pitch to Ichiro. Base hit, left center field, so that's now a 14-game hitting streak. 1 out for McLemore, who struck out his first time up. Only the second hit for Seattle. Throw to first. Ichiro back. They play him tight. Little ground ball. Soriano behind the bag, or behind the mound, throws at McLemore out. Ichiro goes to second. 2 out for Edgar Martinez, who was 1 for 1. Got himself a single his first time up. He'll do more than that. That's gone. Goodness gracious, that's off the scoreboard in left field. And this game is tied at 2. So for Edgar, that's his 14th of the year. Only the 3rd Mariner hit. And that ball was just crushed. Just crushed. We're with you daytime tomorrow and Thursday as well. So the score is 2-2 here in the third. Here's Olerud. John walked his first time up. Struck him out. Well, that'll do it. He won't be in Cooperstown now with that. El Duque gets him to strike out. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Martinez homer ties the game. We go to the 4th here at Safeco Field. It's the Yankees 2, the Mariners 2. So Moyer is giving me the fatigue warning already as we start the 4th. Brocious struck out his first time up. In the right center, Javier rides the Schwinn, 1 out. Soriano drew a walk. I read that they got snow in Southern California. Bernie was telling us last week that they had some snow in Vegas. And we tried telling them what happens in Vegas stays there, but they didn't listen. Ground ball to third. McLemore charges in a long throw over, and that's the 2nd out. So 2 out on a bang-banger, and that'll bring up Knobloch. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Boyer opening 18 on 82 pitches. That's not good. 3 2/3, 5 hits. A homer. He's now allowed 9. He has walked 2 and struck out 4. It's probably helpful if I move the microphone closer to me. Just saying. Pitch to Knobloch. There's a base hit into left field. So the Yankees, another 2-out hit. Knobloch digging for 2. He's in there. He's got himself a double, his 6th of the year. So that'll bring up Jeter, who was 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Yankees have 6 hits with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Into center field, Javier coming in, and that will retire the side. Yankees have left on 6. It's been snowing in L.A. for years. John Belushi will tell you that chocolate frosted donuts are always the best part of his breakfast training table. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Yankees. They've left on 6 after 3.5, 2-2. So here are the standings. The Marlins have lost 7 of 10. They have a 2-game lead over the Phillies, who have lost 6 of 10. Then the Mets, the Braves, and Montreal. In the Central, the Reds are hanging right in there. Houston a half game back. Buggy Whip's day is coming up at. Had they moved to Enron at that point? Oh, yeah. Milwaukee is now climbed to 2 back, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, and the Cubs. Giants and Rockies are tied at 25 and 16. San Diego and Arizona 4 back, and the Dodgers at 500 are just 4.5. The Yankees have won 9 of 10. They can't put the Red Sox away, however, who've won 6 straight. They're 28 and 14. Cleveland and Chicago have started to lose, so the Red Sox are now the wild card. Kansas City, Minnesota, and Detroit coming down. That's right. Same for Miami and many great weather cities. And in so many different ways, Kleenex says, bless you. Seattle, an 8-game lead over Oakland and Anaheim at 28 and 13. That 683 is the second best record in baseball behind Cleveland. So Boone 0 for 1. We start the bottom of the 4th. Strike 3. That's 5 for El Duque. 2-2 fastball caught the outside corner. 1 out for Al Martin, who is 0 for 1. Into right center field. Back goes Bernie Williams. Makes the catch. 2 out. So here's Javier, a 9-game hitting streak. See if YouTube monetizes this. Speaking of strange movies, Cocaine Bear? Just leaving that one out there. Pitch to Javier. Stan hits a high fly ball to right. Back goes O'Neill, and the Mariners lead it. A home run for Stan Javier. It's 3-2 Seattle. Javier just ripped that fastball and into the bleachers in right center field. Yep, that's a real movie. I was joking with Gardner that he'd be doing the movie shorts for that one. So for Javier, that's his second homer of the year, and that hitting streak now it's hidden 10 straight games. Here's Lampkin. He's 0 for 1. Zalapsky says it could have been worse. It could have been Cocaine Goose. Lampkin strikes out. That's 6, and that's the inning. 1 run, the solo homer by Javier as we talk about our favorite drug-addled animals. After 4, 3-2 Seattle. So it'll be O'Neill, Bernie Williams, and Tino Martinez here in the 5th. Cocaine Bear for hockey is John Kordick. O'Neill is 1 for 2. We have officially gone off the rails at 12:27 Eastern Time on this 28th day of February. Pitch to Paulie. Here's a fly ball, left center field. Javier, 1 out. That's right. Tim Raines for baseball even had a Topps card with Rock Raines on him. That's true. I never thought of that. The thing about being a naive kid from Vermont. Here's Bernie Williams. He is singled, doubled, and scored. Yeah, Todd, I bet you're right. Cocaine Bear Return to the Woods is already in production. Obviously, you know, when we were starting as adults. Are you serious, Tim? Before I read that one out? You know, first they'd go straight to... Wow. First they'd go straight to VHS, and then a movie would go straight to DVD. I could see that one going straight to it, Paramount Plus or something like that. Pitch to Bernie is a fly ball right field. Suzuki got it. So 2 out. Raines had to slide head first as not to break the vials of happiness in his back pocket. Here's Tino Martinez. He's 0 for 2. Moyer deals. And there's a ground ball to Olerud. And that will retire the side. They tell me that Cocaine Bear is based on true events. I've lost 3 viewers because of it, but it is based on true events. Halfway home on a snowy Tuesday afternoon here in Burlington. Mariners 3, Yankees 2. You joined us late. Here's how we got here. Bernie Williams, a single in the first, gave him a 12-game hitting streak. Yankees couldn't score on a hit and 2 walks in the second. I gotta start reading this stuff because it's gonna fall off my chat. Cocaine Bear is slated to make a cameo in Sharknado 6. Is Sharknado 7, Tribe fan asked, the return of David Caruso or Tara Reid's career? Whoever can whip the sunglasses off first. And yep, Gardner would pay good money to see Cocaine Bear versus Godzilla. Pickle Rick Girl. That's going to be in Sharknado 7. In the third, the Yankees, a 2-run homer by David Justice to make it 2-0, his 6th of the year. Also in the third, Ichiro with a single, now of a 14-game hitting streak. Edgar Martinez, a 2-run shot to tie the game at 2 apiece. And in the fourth, Stan Javier, of all people, a solo blast to make it 3-2 Seattle. And he now has a 10-game hitting streak. El Duque, 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He has allowed 2 homers. Jamie Moyer, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned a homer with 4 strikeouts. So Guillen is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. They're getting so desperate in the Fast and the Furious movies that Dave and I have been invited to drive a car in the 11th edition. Fly ball right field. When you're out of CGI and you got to drive an ancient wheelchair, I'm not quite sure what that is. My wife does not want to play my wife in the movie. Here's Ichiro, 1 for 2. A single, a strikeout, and a run scored. So El Duque, 78 pitches, 18 batters. 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, the 2 homers. Edgar, and Stan Javier. He has walked 1 and struck out 6. You know the scariest part of all this? Yes, Fast and Furious 11, The Revenge on Duncan. Lock and load time. You know the scariest thing about this conversation we're having right now as people leave? It is what you'd hear on a Fortnite stream. Pitch to Ichiro, not going to bunt. That's into left center. Bernie moving over for the out, 2 away. Here's McLemore. Mark is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. There's a fly ball, left center. Second verse really is the same as the first. And the Mariners go down in order after 5, 3-2 Seattle. So David Justice to face Moyer with Posada and Brocious. David homered his last time up in the third. Now has 6 homers and 20 RBI. He's 2 for 2. Slow ground ball to Olerud. John takes it to the bag himself. 1 out. That's the scary thing, Dave, is that all these movies are making a profit. Here's Posada. He's 0 for 2. I might just bring Vin Diesel, a coveted Academy Award, more likely a Razzie, if I join the cast. Posada has struck out twice. In the right center, Javier going back. Stan will make the catch. 2 out for Brocious, who's 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Oh, that was a good ad. If it is Revenge on Duncan, is Ben Affleck the drive-through clerk? Yeah, and J-Lo henpecking him for an extra munchkin or two, right? Pitch to Brocious. Fly ball left field. Martin going back, and Al will make the catch. And that'll do it for Moyer. He's going to survive 6. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 6th here in Seattle, 3-2 Mariners. So it'd be Edgar, Olerud, and Boone to face El Duque. Edgar hit his 14th of the year his last time up. That was 2 RBI, 2 for 2. Or have the person crashing into the Duncan drive at Tim Horton's car. I like that. Timbits for everybody. Liner down the line and left. That's going to be extra bases. Martinez has 1. Knobloch gets it off the wall. And Edgar needs a triple for the cycle. How about that? A stand-up double. Nobody out for Olerud, who has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. So the Mariners trying to build on their 3-2 lead here in the 6th inning. Ground ball, base hit left side. Knobloch will pick it up. Edgar rounds third. And Piniella holds him in place. So runners on the corners, nobody out for Brett Boone, who was 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Posada and Hernandez have a word. Struck him out. They found the right word to say. An 0-2 changeup on the outside corner. 1 out for Martin. Al is 0 for 2. Mariners would love a run here, especially with Martinez on third. They'll get it. Ground ball right side for a base hit. So Martinez will score for 1 out. There you go. I crashed my car through a very large Digital Dice billboard right on Sunset, don't you think? Product placement idea. By the way, cafepress.com/Digital Dice. Here's Javier. He homered his last time up. He now has 2 homers and 7 RBI. 1 for 2. So Olerud on second, Martin on first, 1 out. In the left center, Williams rides the Schwinn. Bernie makes the catch. Olerud will hold at second. Throw goes into third. 2 out for Lampkin, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Little chopper to Soriano goes to first, and that will do it. So Seattle leaves on 2. 1 run, however. 3 hits and no errors. We go to the 7th here at Safeco. 4-2 Seattle. And so Moyer's day is done. You gotta find someone to go in there. Righty, righty, righty. And we're going to use Jeff Nelson. So good outing for Moyer. Nelson 4-1, 3.12 ERA, 20th appearance, 34 years old, slider at 91, and a ground ball pitcher. His 4 wins are good for 33rd. Pitched against the Yankees last night, 2/3 of an inning, 24 pitches, gave up a hit and a run. It was earning a walk, 17 in the 3rd innings for Jeff, 12 hits, 8 runs, 6 hits, a homer. He has walked 12 and struck out 18. So 9-1-2 for the Yankees. Soriano, Knobloch, and Jeter. Alfonso was 0 for 1 with a walk. Nelson starts the inning. A slow ground ball to McLemore. Has to hurry. Over to Olerud on the bang-banger, 1 out. Brings up Knobloch. Chuck 1 for 2. Has doubled and walked. got him. So a 1-2 fastball or curveball swung on and missed. 2 out for Jeter. Derek is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And Nelson would like to leave him with a gift bag right here. Popped up. Guillen, the counterpart, moves over and makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Stretch time here in Seattle. Ramiro Mendoza coming in after this break. So Mendoza second in the American League in wins with 6. 6-0 with a save, a 2.56 ERA. The Swiss Army knife of pitchers is 29 years old. Changeup at 86 and a standard pitcher. Got the win last night against Seattle. In an 8-4 ball game, 2 innings, 25 pitches, a hit, and a win. So overall, 31 2/3, 25 hits, 9 runs all earned, 4 homers, 11 walks, and 21 strikeouts. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Mariners as well as they lead 4-2. Carlos Guillen is 0 for 2. Mendoza starts his afternoon. A slow ground ball to Soriano over to first, and Martinez can't get it, and so that's an error. It's a low throw, and that's the first error for anybody. So here's Ichiro, 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out, and scored. And if I put the mouse in the right spot, Ichiro can hit. He does. This might be 2. Soriano's only play is to first, and Ichiro was hovering down that line. They got him. I'm surprised they didn't go for Guillen. Here's McLemore, Mark on a 7-game hitting streak. So runner on second, 1 out for McLemore, and they're going to walk him for Edgar Martinez, who, by the way, has singled, doubled, and homered. Can he triple? Yes. He did have 1 in 2001. So here's a chance for the cycle. Mendoza deals, and he strikes out. All that for a 1-2 changeup swung on and missed, 2 out. For John Olerud, John has walked, struck out, 1 for 2. Popped up. Posada doffs the mask, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hit, and the error does not hurt. We go to the 8th. It's 4-2 Seattle. The Clyde Man is our latest follower, by the way. He's a Mariner fan. Hopefully he'll catch this. O'Neill 1 for 3, a single. Nelson probably down to a batter or 2, although they have lefties in the pen. Right back to Guillen. Carlos over to first. 1 out. So Bernie Williams either way the last batter with 2 lefties coming up. You've got Arthur Rhodes and Norm Charlton, who still thinks he's a nasty boy. Bernie has singled, doubled, and scored. The Yankees got 2 on the Justice homer in the 3rd, and that's it for them. He walked him. So here's Tino Martinez. And here's Norm Charlton. We got a pitching change this game coming to you from Safeco Field in Seattle. So Nam is 38 years old, fastball at 90 and a ground ball pitcher, making his 14th appearance. He's 1-0. with an ERA of 3.07. He hasn't pitched since the 15th against the White Sox in a Woolworth win, 10-5. Inning in the third, 29 pitches, 4 hits. The solo run was a homer, and it was earned. So overall for Norm, 14 2/3, 14 hits, 5 runs, all earned. 3 homers, walked 5, and struck out 17. Fastball tops out at 90, and is a ground ball pitcher. Tino Martinez trying to extend his hitting streak to 14. Charlton's pitch struck him out. 0-1-2 fastball swung on and missed. So let's see what the Yankees do with David Justice. David, that 2-run homer in the third, is their offense. He's 2 for 3. And Clay Bellinger will pinch hit. So up steps Cody's dad. Clay at 129, 2 solo homers, 4 for 31. Oh, by the way, the new issue of Sports Sim magazine is out. Number 11. I believe there's a nice article on Play's new tennis game. They talked with the co-creator of that. And 100 and some odd pages of just good stuff. So go grab that when you get the chance. Pitch to Bellinger. Clay swings, high fly ball, left field. Martin will track that one down, and that is the inning. After 7.5, no runs, no hits, no errors for the Yankees. Seattle 4, New York 2. So Mendoza stays in the ballgame to face Boone, Martin, and Javier. Brett has struck out twice. He's 0 for 3. There's a laser beam down the line and left. Knobloch goes to pick it up. No one would confuse Boone with Fast and Furious. He's in there with a double, however. His 9th of the year. And that's the 8th hit for Seattle. 2 runs, 6 hits, an error for New York. They have left on 7. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Mariners. And they have left on 6. Martin, by the way, 1 for 3. He has singled and drove home his 10th run. To Soriano, Boone moves over to third. Tino is there for the out. 1 away. Runner on third for Javier. Has a solo homer of his own. 1 for 3. Base hit left field. So Boone will score to make it 5-2. Hopefully the Mariner fans who are watching are enjoying this. These two teams came into today just a half game apart. So Javier on first for Lampkin, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Mendoza goes home. Lampkin punches that ticket into center field. And Bernie Williams will pick it up. Javier runs over to third. And now I'll bring up Carlos Guillen, who is 0 for 3 with the strikeout. So the Mariners trying to salt this one away. So if you watch the video I did on creating custom leagues in Strat on the PC, I started playing some of those. Big Dave reminds me that any game the Yankees lose is a great day for baseball. The game isn't over yet. Nope, it'll be Posada, Brocious, and Soriano when the time comes. And so I took the 2 Boston Heritage teams, the Braves and the Red Sox, the 4 New York Heritage teams, the Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers, and the Giants, along with just 2 wild cards, so the Astros and the Cardinals. And the reason I bring that up is that by 2004, the expectation for Mike Piazza was to play first. Anyone want to give me a inkling of what Piazza's rating is at first base in Strat for the Mets in 04? Pitched again. Carlos up the middle. This might be 2. Jeter. And Javier bolts home. He's only going to go to first, and Guillen is what? Safe. So Jeter got the force at second. stepped on the bag. Guillen is safe on the fielder's choice, 6U, and the run scores. So it's 6-2, and here's Ichiro. He is 1 for 4, has singled, struck out, and scored. Gets away from Posada, and Guillen can't move up. So it's just a ball. 3-1 the count. Yeah, in Dynasty League, I'm sure he had a terrible rating. No one's confusing him with Keith Hernandez at first. Pitch to Ichiro. Little chopper over the mound. Soriano throws to first, and Ichiro is safe on an infield hit. Drink a bunch of Red Bull and beat out an infield single. So 2 out for McLemore, who is 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. So that should give Big Dave gives you a big hint what that is. But what do you think it is? Gets away from Posada. Runners can't move up. It's a full count. McLemore. Base hit left center field. Knobloch will pick it up. Guillen will do what? Is he going to try and score on Knobloch's arm? Yes, he will. It's 7-2. So the Mariners break this one open. I believe Keith should be in the Hall of Fame. So here's Edgar Martinez. Again, another chance here at the triple. And the cycle. He is 3 for 4. He is singled, doubled, homered. Now has 43 RBI and a strikeout. Pitch to Edgar. Popped up. Posada. Is he going to run out of real estate? Yes, he is. And the count is 1-2. Big Dave blames Seinfeld. Poor Elaine. Just give her another poppy seed bagel. So Piazza is rated in Strat in 04 for the Mets as a 5 at first. I'm not even sure that the charts exist for that, and even in the advanced game, does it? So Ichiro on second, McLemore on first, a 1-2 count to Edgar. That's down the line, foul, third base side. A goat caught that. And the count is 1-2 still. So Edgar was trying for that. Is Newman a voter? I'll give him Dan Shaughnessy's vote if you want that. Here's the pitch. Base hit into right field. So that will drop in front of Paul O'Neill. Ichiro will do what? He's going to round third and score. And it's now 8-2 as Edgar has his 4th hit of the ball game. And chances are it's going to be your digital dice MVP. Here's Olerud John, 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out, and walked. The Mariners making a statement on prime time. On the internet. Dave, I can't read that. It's going to be hard to monetize this one on YouTube as it is. But yes, Keith Hernandez does bring it full circle back to our Siskel and Ebert review of today's movies. Pitch to Olerud. Here's a fly ball, right field. Back goes O'Neill, but he'll track it down, and that'll do it. 4 runs, however. 6 hits and no errors. Seattle breaks it open like a vial sliding into third base. After 8, 8-2 Mariners. So it'll be Posada, Brocious, and Soriano. Charlton will face Posada. Jorge is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Got him on a 1-2 fastball. No, you absolutely can type whatever you want. I'm just not sure how much of that talk YouTube is going to tolerate, but I get it. And it was funny. And wouldn't it be even funnier if our next game was from Pittsburgh? Here's Brocious. Scott is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 1 out. Got him. So a good morning and a good afternoon. The Yankees, by the way, 6 to tie, 7 to go ahead. Last chance saloon, Alfonso Soriano, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. Never apologize. That was funny. You know, Dave Arbisor from playing so much hockey on the table, Todd. He's thinking these games, yeah, we did a show, is gaming good for us? In moderation. Pitch to Soriano. Ball game over. Charlton gets a good night, strikes out the side, and the Mariners win this one 8-2. A sports sim injury. So somehow in simulated time of 3.5 hours, 8 runs, 13 hits, no errors. The Mariners leave on 8. The Yankees, you knew when they were leaving runners on left and right early that was going to come back to hurt them. 2 runs, 6 hits, an error, and they somehow left on 7. Seattle 29-13. The Yanks 28-15. Jamie Moyer gets the win, 4-3, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. The 2-run shot by Justice, the lone runs for New York. He walked 2 and struck out 4 on 108 pitches. Jeff Nelson gets the hold, and Norm Charlton gets the save. Yeah, you should use that for a day off, Todd. I got a sore arm from hitting that dice button. El Duque, Orlando Hernandez takes a loss, 3-2. 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. 2 homers, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. And Ramiro Mendoza, not a good outing from him. 2 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. A walk and a strikeout. So Seattle's lead at the moment goes up to 8.5. And the Red Sox are now just 1 game out of first place. And everybody having a snort with the Yankees losing. Let's play the rest of the day in baseball, shall we? You're welcome, Tribe fan. By the way, he's doing the 2007 Indians and Strat Advanced on his channel. Mets beat the Dodgers 4-3. AP are 3-4. Prokopek is 1-4. Armando Benitez is 10th save. Detroit beats Tampa 9-3-10. How about that? C.J. Nitkowski is 3-2. Esteban Yananiu is 0-4. Fick was not fickle. 2 for 4 is 4th of the year and drives in 2. Where do I draw the line? I cut mine with a 1, okay? Minnesota shuts down Baltimore 6-0. Mays 5-2. Don't drive that Mercedes, boy. 5-4. Rivas 2 for 3 with a stolen base. Houston beats Cincinnati 4-2. Wade Miller 4-3. Retzma 4-2. Craig Biggio 3 for 3 with a double. Cubs beat the Diamondbacks at Wrigley 8-7. Ibar 3-1. Mike Morgan is 0-1. White 2 for 2 with his 7th of the year. Edgar Martinez in the highlights, 4 hits and a homer for Seattle. Chicago shuts out Oakland 10-0. Baldwin 2-2. Mark Mulder 4-2. Herbert Perry, goodness gracious, break him up, 4 for 5, his 4th of the year. He drives in 4. Milwaukee pounds out 17 hits. They beat Pittsburgh 14-8. Sheets 4-3. Anderson 3-3. Casanova, what a name, 3 for 5, 2 homers, 5 RBI, and Steve Garvey's Black Book. How about that? Philadelphia doubles St. Louis 6-3. Gomes is 2-1. Christensen 1-1. Bobby Abreu 2 for 4 is 9th of the year and drives in 4. Montreal, you're welcome, Dave. Stay safe. 5-4 over San Diego. Strickland 3-2. Davey 2-1. Vladdy 2 for 4 is 15th. Florida beats Colorado 6-5. Alfonseca 3-3. Acevedo 0-3. Cliff Floyd 3 for 5 is 12th of the year and drives in 2. Atlanta down San Francisco 4-3. Perez 2-2. Jensen 0-1. Bonds his 17th. Toronto over Texas 4-2. Plesac 2-1. I guess that still would be Dan, wouldn't it? Crabtree and Evelyn is 0-2. And Koch, Cook, or Koch has his 9th save. Red Sox get 5 homers as they beat Kansas City 12-7. Hideo Nomer is 3-1. Reichert is 2-6. Sweeney 2-4, his 10th of the year and drives in 2. Anaheim 18 hits. Cleveland 4 errors as the Angels win 11-3. Jared Washburn 4-1. Jamie Wright 0-1. Tim Salmon poached his 5th of the year, 4 for 6 and 3 RBI. Tomorrow at noon on this very channel, it's a big one in the National League West. It's the Giants and the Diamondbacks. And then Thursday, it's the Rockies and the Giants. So there you have it. That'll do it. I'm Ron Zucker. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow for the Giants. Have a good night, everybody.